Not too bad. Not too bad. A lot of people hate these watches. A lot of issues people had with them when they launched. And actually a lot of those issues I agree with. But how the watch looked was never one of the issues that I had. This is part of the new Seiko 5 Sports line, launched in, I believe, 2019. This is a 43mm watch with 22mm lug width. So it's larger than most, if not all, of the previous Seiko 5s, really throughout history. So, very different watch, but I actually have no issues with the looks. Biggest issue for a lot of people was the price. Typically, when you think of a Seiko 5, me personally, I think of, you know, a $150 watch, something in that range. I believe I paid about $130, Canadian, mind you. All the prices I'm talking about today are going to be Canadian. But I think I paid about $130 Canadian for my two previous Seiko 5 watches. And so a lot of people, when they think of the Seiko 5, that's kind of what they think of, and rightfully so. The Seiko 5 has always been a budget option. The selling price on these is typically $360 Canadian. And yeah, I agree, that's way too high. For a Seiko 5, supposed to be a budget watch. Something that went from, you know, $130 to $150 on average before. Now they want $360 for it. It's quite a price jump. Now they did make some upgrades with that price jump. The movement in this is a hacking and hand-winding movement, and neither of my other two Seiko 5s are hacking or hand-winding. The links are solid links. They're not those, like, flat, pressed, stamped, sheet metal style links. These are solid links. So we've got a better metal band on here than most previous Seiko 5s used to come with. And we've got a better movement. So, you know, there have been some upgrades. And if this were, you know, normally a $260 watch, I think that would be fine. So why do I own one? Why did I buy one? Well, I got mine on sale. So I bought mine at the Bay. It's part of their Bay Day sale. And it was $100 off. So instead of a $360 watch, now this was a $260 watch. And like I said, I think that's a little bit more reasonable. The movement in there, I believe, is the 4R36. Again, that hacks and hand winds. You can see the Seiko logo on that signed rotor. Yeah, it's nothing amazing, but again, it's a step up from the movement in my other Seiko 5s. It's also a 100-meter water resistance, which I think my other Seiko 5s are only like 20 or 50. So that's maybe another issue with this watch. It looks like a dive watch, but really it's not a dive watch. You're not going to dive with even a 100-meter water resistance rating. But you can certainly, you know, wear this thing around the pool, and if it gets splashed on or a little bit of water gets on it, you certainly got no worries there. Definitely better water resistance than my previous Seiko 5. So again, that's another thing they've improved. They've improved the band, they've improved the movement, hacking and hand winding, yeah, it's better water resistance. So a fair bit was improved, but the price is just normally too high. I would never pay $360 Canadian for this watch, but obviously I would pay $260. Again, I think it's a great looking watch. I wanted a green face dive watch. I've always loved the Seiko Turtle. So in a way, to me, this is kind of like a mini turtle, a budget turtle. I like the green color on it, and yeah, 120 click unidirectional bezel. Got that nice Seiko feel to it. It's got decent lume on it. We'll get a nice lume shot there. Seiko usually has pretty decent lume. So overall, it's actually a nice looking watch. I've always liked the crown at the 4 o'clock position. We got day-date complication on that face. You know, we got a nice bit of a sunburst effect on that green. Again, the band's got solid links, but they are still stamped end links and like a stamped clasp. But honestly, in that price range, I think that's okay. You know, my Orient Kamasu's got solid links, but stamped end links. and a stamped clasp, and everybody loves that watch, and it's in the same price range, so I don't think anyone can really complain about that. It's nice we've got solid links. Obviously, it's a fairly large band, 22 millimeters. I've got 8-inch wrists, so pretty large wrists. Obviously, it fits me no problem. Great looking watch, really catches the light. Part of the reason I do my watch reviews in my car, as strange as that may seem, is just to get the natural light on them. You know, they look a lot nicer when you've got natural light on them. So yeah, I think it's a great looking watch, and I think it's definitely a $260 watch. I think that's what it's worth. I do not think it's worth $360. I think it's crazy that Seiko priced these so high, but obviously they have pretty good sale prices, and so if you can catch it on sale, you know, $100 off, $260 Canadian, I think that's worth it.